on it with a 70% win rate.
That's dirty.
Yeah, over his entire career. And there it is, the Maokai. Speaking back to the draft here.
And Maokai jungle is actually really strong.
Yes.
That champion is super potent in the jungle.
You
were one of the people who originally exposed me to this idea.
So I always know a champion's OP when I can win with it consistently.
So you don't have to be
you want to know what's
to
good,
explain this to the fans.
Exactly. If you want to know what's good, you just check my solo queue at that time. So this Maokai, the Sejuani, also banned away from Inori. The respect that they're throwing towards him. Late game scaling for Team Liquid. A lot of engaged power with the Maokai, the Kled, the Kalista, plus the Rakan. This is a team that Bjergsen actually has to watch out in this Syndra, because if it gets even, I would say even or ahead in the mid game, then you're just going to have everybody on top of this Syndra trying to burst her.
They're going to be gunning for him all the time. And like you said, the synergy between Kled and Maokai, being able to speed that Maokai up, make sure the Twisted Advance gets within range, as well as just the combination of Kalista and Rakan. A lot of different tools.
And then the grand entrance, you do it at the end. Oh, stun. Kill.
Oh! Bjergsen showing exactly why that's his most played champion of all time. Like, look at take that 70% win rate and make it even more ferocious.
It's funny because you were saying that you always have to get the pull out of Vladimir ahead of time. I was sitting here going, if you stun him and do the R immediately, there's a chance. But I was like, that's not nitpick today. But it's exactly what Bjergsen does here. The stun comes through. He threatens. You always have to do it reactively, so you take a ton of damage if you don't want to pull there. And then he's just going to wait for his stun to come back up. Stun. Yep. Right as it looked like Golden Glue was going to walk up and try to use his Crimson Rush to get a big heal.
This means I already get those resources in Team Liquid hands, while Piglet and Matt continue their push up bottom side onto the tier 2.
Yep, they got that turret on the top side. We'll see if they can get something here. Inori has that Maokai ultimate. It's huge. You'll be able to block off a whole lane. If he starts it, there's a TP coming in.
TP entering into this fight. Double it, forced to flash out just to try to stay alive. Golden Glue will seal the deal onto him. Bio brought down, nearly dead, as well as Matt goes for the kill. But
Inori has ulti.
Coming in for the counterattack.
I feel like they could still fight this if they wanted to. Inori has ulti. There it is.
Onser with the ult on. Matt going for the knockup onto Fury, who has to flash away. Piglet now collapsed on by that enemy top laner, but he's alone and he's going to be kited back, bursted down. TSM makes the mistake of taking this fight, and Liquid finds themselves 3 kills for nothing. Bjergsen knocked up into the air, more damage coming through. He grabs the kill onto Matt, but trades his own life. And TSM meets disaster here.
And that gives TL so much. They get a lot of kills, they pick up the farm there, but Lorlo gets time on top side to start getting some of this CS back, because he was in a big...
Planers likely telling the team not to go for any kind of a crazy fight like that, as Biofrost getting himself caught out a bit, the cast to disengage, but Golden Glue's made his way into the fight, the ulti down, and he's on a killing spree.
And Lorlo...
The Vladimir showing up.
Lorlo... Whoa, that's a... Wait.
Hold on, the arrow was...
Change of course.
Okay.
They're going to go towards me.
Reroute the charge. TSM now has to defend 4 men versus 5 as Team Liquid goes for the mid lane tier 1. They do not have a Vladimir ulti, they do not have a Kalista ulti or a Rakan ulti or any ulti at all. But they're still going to look to make this fight happen. Damage coming through, burst going down as Inori is deleted. And TSM find their counterattack.
They're just not respecting that at all. They're trying to flex now. Like I was saying earlier before Champion Select, TL, once they get a gold lead this year, you have to watch the team fight. You have to watch Inori's ulti and what happens.
Yes, there it is. Very low mana on Bjergsen. Want to be careful about making this fight go too far in. Double it, forced to flash out. TSM collapses on Scare and tanking most of the damage, but Bjergsen is the one now finding himself caught out and beat down. Matt dies first. Bjerg barely getting himself away as Bolo finishes off Scare and Double barely hopping out of that. The charge will sound, and Double Lift is run down, and Nori with the kill. Bjergsen bear trap on the rope, not connecting onto him for the second proc, as Liquid finds themselves a kill for 2.
And again, it's just another team fight here that goes the way of Team Liquid. It's back and forth.
Applier available to this team right now. Double Lift will likely be going for that execution and calling for too much longer, but he wants to get the base 3-item spike for Tristana before anything else. Infinity
the energized build, looking for Piglet though.
But in some trouble. The field side they go, and Piglet drops instantly. Matt gonna be going down next unless he's careful, dashing away to the safety of Inori. With tier 2 already down in the minion wave mid lane, the tier 3 is the target. TSM breaking into the Liquid base, not even 24 minutes into this game, and without their AD carry with an edge in a team fight.
Yeah, and Hansar has a 2,000 gold lead over Lorlo in the top lane and has a completed Gargoyle Stoneplate and is pretty much a full item up right now. They're trying to engage though, and Nori did flash. Still gets
the one they got to catch out. It looks like they've got him. Bjergsen down. Piglet taking the kill as TSM now has to run themselves back, but Piglet has been killed in response. 4 versus 4 is going to be the tune of the fight as Lorlo finds himself isolated, charges backwards to safety, and TSM will make that fight work despite the bad start.
Yeah, and Nori flashed, went for the root.
Slip ups, there's been a couple mistakes. We talked about the macro errors and using leads improperly, trying to force things, but now they're forcing the fight onto Svenskeren, who gets himself caught out, jumped on by multiple members. Into the back line goes Nori. Ultimate fired off. TSM now maybe looking for a counterattack. Double lift still off to the side, not near the fight in time. Liquid's opportunity to go for something there doesn't really amount to what they Liquid health bars if giving the opportunity to free fire. It's all about that protection as the charge is sounded and the fight starts off. Liquid looking to make this one happen, but the chaos is all over the place. Into the back line, trying to find double lift. Emo Plague explodes, but Nori's going to be dropped first unless he's careful. Jump over the wall, and Bjergsen has kill number 1. Looking to make it 2, finds the kill onto Piglet. That's going to be going down next. A double kill for Bjerg as Lorlo gets collapsed on by the rest of the team. Golden Blue runs for his life, and Bjergsen collects a triple.
Yeah, TL end up pulling the trigger on a fight. It gets kited backwards at TSM come out on top, right near the Baron.
And there's your prize. Baron Nashor now the target for the remaining members of TSM. Having only lost their top laner, there's more than enough damage to capably take this one down, and Liquid's 2 remaining men cannot even try to stop it.
Yeah, and a big part of that fight was TSM got the purchase right before it, and then TL came out. We talked about how Doublelift had the 3-item power spike of the Energizer build. Piglet's sitting on 1,300 gold right now, and then they go for the fight. They go in, they don't get onto a good target here, but people get to rush forward, and then chunk out onto the Rakan who wants to reach that back line, but then Golden Glue goes around, and the flash away from Doublelift keeps him safe, the heal just in case as well. Jumps over, picks up Nori, gets the reset. Bjergsen also just kind of swapped places there with where Golden Glue was flanking from, and then the other kills come in. There's a 3 for 0. Well, 3 for 1, sorry, Hansar drops there after being the very durable front line.
TSM did a good... Okay, well, Piglet's out of the picture, so it's going to be a real hard fight, 4 versus 5, to stop the TSM War Machine now. Bottom lane inhibitor goes down. Mid lane inhibitor will be going down next. That was just a lot of damage.
They're taking the base. They're going to get engaged on here.
TSM now jumped on Liquid, trying to make this 4v5 work out as they instantly destroy Matt. Now it's a 5 versus 3. TSM kiting this one out, played it exactly how they need to. 4 dead on Liquid. And TSM will storm the base and end this game 33 minutes in. Lorlo, the last man standing, gets back in his faithful steed, but it's not enough. Final Nexus turret dropping as Doublelift fires shot after shot into it. And despite Liquid's valiant efforts, they will fall to Team Solo Mid.
If you're a TSM fan, you're thinking that's more like it after that early game that TL looked like they were getting an advantage in team fighting comp with. TSM say, no, that's not going to fly. They start coming back into the game. They make some better macro plays. They're much faster, get that middle inhib, and they show that they are still a relentless team, even if the early game doesn't go their way.
And Piglet's death